Namaste and hi friends, this is Parvati with part 2 of your new moon video for January 24th, 2020. Right off the bat, I want to acknowledge that I made a small mistake in my part 1 video when I speak about Mars transiting into Mula Nakshatra. I mentioned it will be in a couple of months and it's actually in a couple of weeks. I meant to say a couple of weeks, so my apologies for that. Now moving on to part 2. So this new moon is going to take place with the Sun and Mercury, as well as Saturn. But like I stated before, Saturn is just at 0 degrees of sidereal Capricorn. So it's just moving into its own sign. But it still will have an effect because it is its own sign. But the nakshatra is different. Saturn's going to be in Uttara Ashada, whereas the new moon will happen in Sravana. Now, Sravana, the deity, is Lord Vishnu himself, the preserver. Now, this is why on a collective level, it's very important for our new moon intentions to be set in a way that's intentionally for our preservation. Saturn can make us feel really heavy about the state of affairs, really heavy about the state of the world, and for good reason. The upcoming astrology also indicates that it's going to be a lot of hard work when Saturn is in Capricorn for us to be able to come together and better ourselves, and through bettering ourselves, also further to better society. It's going to be a lot of work on our behalf. It's no longer going to be us depending on anybody else to make the changes that we wish to see in our worlds. But more on that in another video when I go more into the implications of this Saturn transit. But for now, the new moon is happening in Sravana Nakshatra with the Lord Vishnu as the presiding deity. One of the qualities of Sravana is a nakshatra of the moon, is to listen. So this new moon is a very potent time to go within. Sravana is also lorded by the moon, so again it indicates the mind. And to be able to go within and deeply, deeply, seriously listen to what we already know that we need to do that is going to benefit us on a personal level and also on the collective level, but it all starts on the personal level. Individuals make up society. Okay? Now, simultaneous to this new moon with Mercury, Sun, Saturn, and Moon, right? We have Jupiter in Sagittarius in Purva Ashada Nakshatra, and we have Mars in its own sign of Scorpio in Jyeshta Nakshatra. So how this adds to the blueprint for this month in this full moon is that we have these very powerful planets all in their own signs. Now, the significance for the nakshatras, right? So while we're going through this heavy time with the new moon, Jupiter is also lending its wisdom in Purva Ashada. Now, Purva Ashada, right? Purva Ashada is known as the first victory. So Jupiter lends its benefic influence. It lends its encouragement, its support that yes, we're on the way to being victorious. Saturn in Uttara Ashada is the final victory. It's stepping right up in the beginning of the sign that it lords, which is Capricorn. So Saturn is lending us the energy to help set us up for the final victory, putting the plans in place. And then we have Mars in Scorpio in Jyeshta Nakshatra. And Jyeshta is known as the eldest. So Jyeshta is also helping. Mars is also helping us to come to a place of wisdom and knowledge and awareness and maturity. So each one of the planets is contributing to the energy of this full moon to help us set us up in a proper way to where we're going to have the fortitude and the insight to be able to do the work we need to do. Another very interesting thing is within each nakshatra, we have what's called the padas. There's 4 padas in each nakshatra. Pada literally translates to feet, right? So 4 sections. The first section is equated to dharma, or the upholding of righteousness. The second pada is equated to artha, or work, and hard work, and career, like our work in the world. The third pada is equated to kama, or pleasure, and the fourth pada is equated to moksha. So while this is happening, Mars is in pada 2 of Jyeshta, Jupiter is in pada 2 of Purva Ashada, Sun and Moon are in pada 2 of Shravana, Rahu is in pada 2 of Ardhara. So many planets are in the second pada, which indicates Artha, which is work, hard work. I don't want to stress the hard part too much, but that's Saturn's role, and that's the role of Artha, applying what the changes that we seek, applying those changes and working on them. So if we're in line with these energies, we will have the support and the fortitude and the perseverance to be able to apply ourselves to get this work done. Now, Ketu, while this new moon is happening, is also entering its own nakshatra of Mula. Now, Mula is going to play a significant role in our lives for the coming years. Mula is the galactic center, is the nakshatra right on the galactic center, and it is the one of disillusion. It's the Lord of Mula Nakshatra is the goddess Niriti, and she beyond destroys, she obliterates. Ketu is past life karma, which we don't really have a say in, but we have to deal with, that's going to come up. And in its transit of Mula, many, many, many things are going to dissolve. Ketu transits Mula until, I think, September of 2020. And right now, during the new moon, it's in the 4th pada, which is the pada of moksha. Moksha means liberation. So, in a sense, what I'm feeling and seeing from the chart and the planets, and what I'm receiving energetically as the energetic planetary imprints upon not only us as individuals, but society and the world at large, is that when planets begin to transit and move into these certain positions, especially where the solar eclipse happened, is when things are going to be sort of catalyzed into reality. There's going to be many, many changes coming this year. 2020, I'll guide you through it as we go along. But 2020 is going to be a year of massive change. So the energies of these nakshatras of Shravana is especially what we need to connect with on the day or the evening of the new moon itself. To deeply listen so we can understand and we can get the instructions, the internal information that we need by listening. And then, once the moon starts to wax, implement the actions. But we have to implement the actions. So, I know that this video is a little bit more, it's not as detailed as far as the actual astrology goes. It's more of an energetic sort of reading of the astrology. I hope you found it easy to follow. I'm still playing around with what kind of format I want to use in conveying the information. So I hope that's been helpful to you. I'm going to make another video in the next few days regarding Saturn's transit into Capricorn, because this is going to affect the whole world for at least the next 3 years. And then Saturn's going to move after that into the sign of Aquarius, which it also rules. So we're going to have a lot of heavy Saturn influence in our lives for the next 5 to 6 years. And I think it's very important that we all kind of understand what sort of is the possibility of what lays ahead. It's pretty clear, but I would like to be able to convey it to you in another video so that it's more easy to follow. So I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching, and for any comments, feedback, please feel free to leave your comments below. Feel free to subscribe, and if you're interested in a reading with me, you can get in touch with me on my email, which is in the which is below. Okay, thank you so much, and take care and enjoy the life. I'll see you next time.